Good morning. Today is Monday, August 11th. This is Wake Up with KERA News, and I'm Andrew Garcia. Another warm but thankfully not too hot Monday is in store for us today. We'll have highs in the mid-90s. There will be slight chances for rain across portions of North Texas today. That's before tomorrow brings more widespread chances for isolated storms. Texas lawmakers this year banned cell phone use in classrooms to reduce distractions. We'll have more on that subject from a behavioral health expert. That's after today's news. Texas Republicans will again try to convene a quorum in the State House to vote on redrawing congressional maps in their party's favor. Hundreds of people showed up to rally in Fort Worth on Saturday to support Texas House Democrats who fled the state to block a vote on the maps. KERA's Pablo Arauz-Peña reports.
The proposed maps in Texas would potentially give Republicans 5 new congressional seats. Former U.S. Congressman Beto O'Rourke says Democrats nationwide shouldn't wait for the maps to be redrawn.
If we do not win a majority, then a Republican majority. Those quisling, corrupt cowards, they will roll out the red carpet for a third Trump term, and we cannot allow that to pass.
Attorney General Ken Paxton sued to block O'Rourke from raising funds for the Democratic representatives who fled the state. O'Rourke told the crowd that he has countersued. For KERA News, I'm Pablo Arauz-Peña.
Meanwhile, State Attorney General Ken Paxton has filed a lawsuit in California to enforce arrests of absent House Democrats. He's asking that California law enforcement officers be allowed to arrest Texas House Democrats who are staying in the state. Paxton filed a similar lawsuit Thursday in Illinois State Court against 33 House Democrats staying near Chicago. Students returning to school will have to learn to do without their cell phones. State lawmakers banned them from classrooms to reduce distractions and hopefully improve student focus and mental health. KERA's Sam Baker talked with Dr. Ken Jones of Texas Health Resources Behavioral Health about ways students get so attached to their phones.
The research has shown over time that the distractibility factor when it comes to cell phones and really the way the algorithms are created, they're designed to create a bit of an addiction. We've had young people telling us themselves that, this is a bit of a problem and it's difficult for them to attend to education or track with what's being taught in the classroom when there's so many alerts demanding their attention on a daily basis. Some of the studies just indicated that teens are receiving more than 200 alerts per day. And many of those are happening during the learning hours.
Is it something more than that keeps the kids plugged into that cell phone?
Sure. Well, social media is designed specifically to kind of create those emotional hooks. The linkage that takes place in the frontal lobe specifically in response to the constant reels back to back to back is well documented, and that even teenagers are talking about, I don't really feel much better after spending an hour or 2 hours connected to the reels over and over. So it does have a neurological impact.
Does taking away the phones from the kids work?
Well, we're about to find out in Texas. The details of how that happens, there is some ability for the schools to indicate how they implement those rules. But certainly, I think given where we are, it's a positive attempt to help students be successful in the academic environment.
Are there other effective means of dealing with this problem without maybe going that far?
One of the ideas that I've been a proponent of for some time is using software that is able to kind of limit the content of what's available during school hours. And so, oftentimes you hear from parents who have a reason to be concerned that they want to be able to reach their child during the school day. I think a compromise for that would be to utilize monitoring software that allows parents to set the parameters to where the child can reach certain people on the phone during the day, but don't have access to the social media platforms that are causing the disruption during the school day. And so, that may be one compromise that would satisfy both the parents' concern as far as access to their child during the day, and at the same time, limit the young people's access to TikTok and Instagram and those types of things that are creating the negative impact on the learning environment.
Then when the kids return to school and they're no longer able to use the phone, are schools going to face some difficulties in trying to make that transition happen?
I think there's going to be, as with any significant change, I think there's going to be some challenges that are faced across the state and across school districts. And I think that's where the messaging and how it's implemented is really key. I believe, everyone is pulling in the same direction as far as wanting young people to be able to be successful in the academic environment. So how we implement that and the benefits of that are as important as are the conversations about not only the why, but the how do we do this effectively. I would expect that once the implementation is in place, that young people will actually find, okay, this is different, but it's not the worst thing in the world. I'm able to just kind of be present with my friends. I'm able to engage with them. And the opportunity for deepening of relationships, I think, is going to be a key takeaway of this. Even now, it's not unusual to see a group of young people together on their phones. Even in those settings, the ability to just interact and have a conversation, those are key developmental aspects of becoming a young adult and finding a life partner and that sort of thing. And so I do think there are cascading benefits from being able to create spaces in which learning can take place, and deeper socialization can have an impact on the emotional well-being of young people.
Dr. Ken Jones is a behavioral health clinical officer for Texas Health Resources Behavioral Health. The Dallas Wings lost another one last night against the Washington Mystics 91-78. The Wings find themselves in second to last place in the league. And the Rangers continue to hover just above 500 after they got swept over the weekend against the Phillies. The Modern Art Museum of Fort Worth welcomes guest curator Christopher Blay on Friday evening to speak about the David Jeremiah installation, The Fire This Time. Blay explores the Dallas Artists Foundations, emphasizing the role of fire as both inspiration and technique. For more information and some other fun things to do, visit our Go CDFW calendar at kera.org/calendar. Thanks for listening to Wake Up with KERA News. I'm your host, Andrew Garcia. This show is produced and edited by Shardae White and Bekah Morr. For more news in your inbox, visit kera.org/wakeup. That's where you can subscribe to the Wake Up with KERA News newsletter. You'll get a more in-depth look into the news with plenty of good morning vibes. Connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at KERATX. Stay cool. We'll see you tomorrow.